Welcome everyone to our Sunday Satsang. Good morning. I wish you a great day. I hope you're having a great start to your morning. And it's a nice rainy day here in the Pacific Northwest. I know a lot of people are dealing with some heat. So this morning we're really just going to cool down that inner space, find that tranquil calm of peace within our own heart, and ultimately liberate ourselves. As always, I lovingly invite you to simply rest. If you're lying on the ground, simply root the spine with nothing underneath your head. If you're sitting in a chair, make sure you're sitting upright, not too strict and tight, and allow everything to simply be natural. To start, let's take a nice deep breath and just let out a nice big sigh. And from here, we're going to get going in our meditation, so please close the eyes. With the first tap of the bell, chant an Om, resonating from our heart, allowing ourselves to open the jaw and the mouth fully so we can feel this first vibration of that A note within the chest. And as we close the mouth, we gently have the tongue resting on the roof of our own mouth as we hum that M and it vibrates the crown chakra. So we can begin to really feel our own natural resonance. Allowing ourselves to hear and feel the vibrations of the bell fade away in silence. All of our internal tensions drop away. With each breath and each sound, we feel ourselves calming, sinking deeper and deeper into our own relaxed state of pure being. As we simply listen to the next bell tap fade. We allow all internal phenomena of thought, emotion, and sensation to drift into the background. As again, I lovingly invite you into the space of the heart. For it's here in our own silence, our own stillness, we sense the emptiness of our pure being, our base state. When our I am is stripped away from all attachment of temporary sensation. It's here we simply stand within ourselves as the observer of all experience, inner and outer. Your dynamic sense of self that can hear and process these words without skipping a beat. If we can define one aspect of our pure nature, of our pure I am, it's simply known as effortless. For you're already it. It's this peace and calm that so many search for their entire lives, failing to recognize. You are the peace. You are the calm. You are the love. And it's here this morning we come to understand what it means when the raindrop meets the ocean. For in truth, there is no separation, there is no distinction between you and I when we come back to this space of love and harmony. For it's the ground of being in which all of us stand upon. The same sense of self and meanness flows through you and I, your pet, your parents, your siblings, your family, your neighbor. The term namaste, bowing to that divine within you, is that same divine within me, you, and all life. For in truth, everything is in varying states of frequency and vibration, but we are all cosmic energy. It's here we come to know ourselves as that loving ball of light radiating from our chest like a star. We all know these sensations of pleasure, of happiness, of joy. It's that loving light that warms and shines from us, filling up our center, filling up our beingness, deep satisfaction. But it's that sense of love which is complete, which is whole. You are this love. You are this light. So what happens when we affix our attention to it? Do so and see. Can one truly observe themselves? Or do we simply pick up on the symptoms of our beingness, the aroma of our own character? So what is it you observe within you? You are the unchanging, the untarnishable. You are beyond duality, for you observe them. We understand these points of contrast because we come from a place that is rooted in truth, undisturbed, grounded in pure knowing, forever pure being known as me. And when we strip away those layers and realms of attachment, of conditioned belief and assumption, we wash away our own impurities bestowed upon us and held on to simply rest within the heart. The true throne and seat of our own beingness. Take a long, deep inhalation. Slow, filling up each and every nook and cranny of the lungs. And simply hold it as you affix your attention to the heart, to your love and light. And as you exhale, simply observe the body, the feeling of the stomach and diaphragm, letting go into relaxation. Again, take a loving deep breath, but fix your attention to the still movement of the stomach, drawing in air. And again, letting the body simply release it like a pump. It's here we gain separation to simply witness our true position in its pureness. And that the body operates without your direct control. For you are giving its life through your loving light. In truth, you are the rider of the horse, and this body is the horse itself. A vessel meant to experience. But when we believe ourselves to be the horse, we get caught up and tossed about. And it's here this morning we affirm our true position as this silent witness, as this empty yet full dynamic space of consciousness, of energy, of light and love. And when we observe our form and all that arises within it in this light, we illuminate our own inner space and cast away all doubt. It's here we understand that thoughts are temporary and given life by our own power of manifestation. And it's this game of the heart, our affection, that turns itself into attention. For whatever we shift our gaze to, we nourish with our eternal power of creation. For we are each gods and goddesses with divine power to bring life to all in which we seek. Thy will shall be done is a common phrase, but it's because you have the power and authority to create whatever you seek in this world. It is your birthright. But only when you recognize your true position can you wield such heavenly power fully. For when it serves the ego, the attached identities, the assumptions and beliefs based in otherness, we get used by it. For life serves truth and you are life itself. And when we do not align ourselves with our own innate peace and harmony, life will always put us in the position to recognize the error of our ways, inching us closer and closer towards this deep and infinite well of love within. It takes no effort to recognize your true position, and all it takes is a moment to fall in love with it. But we must be courageous to let go of that in which we assume. Enable yourself to look at all internal phenomena at a distance, reminding yourself that you are the rider and this body is the horse. All beings seek love, and there is no greater power than falling in love with yourself. your innate primordial force of harmony within. And know that it never leaves you, for it is you. So what is holding you back from recognizing this? What is stopping you from seeing you are the light of love within? In truth, we can understand it as any sense of otherness is unoriginal to you. Any sense of disturbance is unoriginal to your innate sense of harmony. It's here we come to understand that all in truth is love. So cast your own presence and illuminate your own darkness with this knowing. You are the light itself. You are the love itself. You must use separation to separate from all thoughts of otherness. And in truth, this doesn't mean to eradicate your individuality. But it means that you recognize you are but a spark of the eternal fire. You are a ray of the grand light that shines within each of us. We are all children of the One. We're all beings of Source. We all stem from the same heavenly energies, which is why we all come home to the same place. All disturbances within you are temporary, so you must root yourself in this unchanging and eternal truth within. For when that arises, you will see all emotions, thoughts, and sensations like the clouds passing in the sky. But you know you are the space that they arise within. Fill yourself up with loving light with your next breath. And allow it to expel all tension, all doubt, all negativity, for it is unoriginal to you. It's here we come to awaken to our inner child and question when we lost the way from that pure knowing of being. In truth, it never left you. We simply covered it up. And it's in these moments of stillness that not only the body enters that relaxed state of being, but our consciousness, our sense of self, lets go of its grip of identity. And when we rest here, it's like a digestion for the soul, for the spirit, for your own inner truth. So recognize all that arises within you arises without your need to interfere. All that arises within you simply is, just as life, the external experience outside of you, simply is. It's your power to choose how to interpret, how to react, and how to live. But when we dissolve all doubt of our own truth through the experience of living it enables us to simply flow with life as life itself. It's here I say, come home, and lovingly invite you back into your own infinite space of love. I ask you to come home and drop all attachment and identities. And I ask you to come home and fall in love with the emptiness, yet dynamic fullness that is our pure being. And know that you can tap into this eternal power through the simple saying, I am, or the divine chord, Om. For with your understanding of oneness, of divine presence, of innate love and harmony, those words root you and anchor you to your inner truth, allowing you to be undisturbed by all external happenings, and empowering you to let go and shift your attention of the heart away from all disturbances that arise within you. For when we recognize one, we understand it was observed and can bring ourselves back to our pure state, reminding ourselves that we are the sky and this is but a cloud passing by. So what happens when you shift your attention to your own sense of observation and witnessing? Do so and simply marinate in the love and light that radiates from you. And allow yourself to always come home. If at any moment you feel disturbed by another or by your own internal happenings, for it acts like the hands gripping the reins on the horse, guiding it back to the path of your own truth. For it's here we allow ourselves to fall in love with ourselves again. With the next tap of the bell, we allow ourselves to chant that powerful Om with this knowing that it represents your own I am presence and the I am presence of all. And as the bell fades away, we allow ourselves to simply return to the body with gentle and loving movements, opening the eyes as we conclude the guided meditation portion of our satsang. Namaste. Thank you for joining me this morning. Now, I didn't have any questions received via private message or email. So, one of the things that I want to briefly touch upon before we conclude our satsang this morning is one of the lines that came up in the meditation. For it yields so much power and truth when you simply recognize the total aspects of it. And it was the raindrop falling, returning to the ocean. Now, at least I know in school when I was young, we learned about the water cycle and evaporation bringing all the moisture up from the oceans and all around back into the sky. And as life and energy and all the atmospheric happenings condense these, I guess you could say, moisture clouds into clouds themselves. When they're heavy enough, the rain will fall. When the moment is right, the journey begins. And we can very much see this like our own life, our own experience of being. Now, if you believe in incarnation and reincarnation, then you can see that journey coming from the ocean as coming from that pure source. And as you prepare your body, you prepare your journey, you reunite with your ancestors and family, you enter that cloud with that yearning to come back into this experience. And when everything's right, you come back here, and that raindrop begins to fall. And in truth, awakening, this inner looking, is what allows us to observe and know that we are the ocean before we have to hit it. It's this knowing that all of us stem from that same infinite source of energy. And it doesn't matter what you want to call it. You can call it God, the Lord, the Father, the Mother, life itself. But in truth, the reason why we all feel the same presence within us is because It all stems from the same presence, love. The saying, as above, so below, is so true because what is it that brings life to the child here but love between the parents? And in our own experience of understanding, we cannot know ourselves without that contrast of otherness. We cannot come to recognize what we are without recognizing what we're not. And when we strip all of that away, we're left with our own heavenly presence. It's here we can come to understand ourselves as that raindrop falling through the sky. And when we awaken to this truth, it's like we hit the ocean. And the pureness of our own being, it's the ultimate intoxication, you could say, because it leaves you really unfazed. It allows you to stay in that state of peace and calm, and it's that I am that reminds us that we are the ocean. It's that that reminds us we are from the ocean. So I ask you today is carry that grace with you. Keep bringing your mind and your heart back to these thoughts, back to these experiences and moments, and quickly you'll understand and see this is our home. And that's why whenever we're outside of it, it's draining, it's tiring, it's painful. But when we return back to that knowing of source within us, that loving light within, it's like we become reborn. But in truth, it's a stripping away of all the false layers that we put on ourselves. You're like a radiant star. You're light and love itself. But as we grow, we cover it up. I'm this, I'm that, I'm that profession, I'm this nationality, I'm this race, I'm this, that. But it's that sense of otherness that in truth takes us away from our home. And you got to see that as children are the greatest teachers of this lesson. There's been so many studies in the West done that show that we're naturally selfless. We're always seeking to share and provide and give love, no matter who it is. And it's that same sense of peace and calm that we can bring back from our childhood. That same sense of union and love and selflessness. When we tap back into the source of our own truth. And the thing is, all life understands this. You can say hi to Miss Purry Mosley, who loves to hang out on the lap when meditations go down, because all life resonates to this truth within. And it's something that each of us has always been graced with, but so often overlooked. Everything is love. And when you tap back into that knowing, it's the most empowering force there is. It's what allows you to illuminate the dark within your own heart and that of others. So, again, I love you so much. Thank you for joining me this morning. May the fruit of knowledge offer you a seed. And in that seed, may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment. For a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all who ask. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Love you so much. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you Wednesday, 8 p.m., for our evening satsang in our summer series. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.